you're my hero. You're
Oh,
the one I would follow because I really admire your courage. Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Phil from Down2Mob.
great.
And Phil, you're a young guy. I mean, you're obviously not too old yet. Not a lot of gray hair like I got. But you are full timing in a four-door Jeep and a rooftop tent. So if I were young again and I could be your age again, you're my hero.
Oh,
You're the one I would follow because I really admire your courage to do this. How did you get started doing this at your young age?
well, I appreciate that, Bob. That means a lot coming from you. So I was a financial advisor for about 3 years, and every day I talked to people about what they wanted to do in retirement and what their big dreams were. And I realized that my dream was to travel and that I should probably do that now. So I decided to quit my desk job and travel full time. I knew that 4x4 was really important to me. I wanted to get really far off the grid. Um, so I just kind of took the leap. I quit my job one day and I loved making YouTube videos. And that was my plan. I put in a little bit of work beforehand to get some videos going about the build. And then one day I just decided it was the day to quit and go traveling.
How old are you? Do you mind if I ask?
Not at all. So I'm 31. So yeah, I couldn't have started much longer ago, but I meet people in my travels who are full time and they're even 21 or,
Yeah.
and I feel like it's just cool to see people getting started early and what kind of leads people to this lifestyle.
You mentioned your YouTube channel, so that's how I know about you. I'm subscribed and follow your channel. Uh, Tell us about your channel. What is it, and how can people find it?
Yeah, so it's Down2Mob Overland with the number two. And basically, I travel in my truck and I try to make everything off road related. So, a lot like your typical van life, but off road. And you'll see a lot of my videos are with other people. That's my favorite thing to do is meet up with other people like yourself, do videos about their vehicles, but mainly their lifestyle and what led them here. So, you'll see on my channel, there's a lot of 4x4, biggest, baddest 4x truck ever kind of things. And then I like to take people along for the rides and literally when I'm driving, if you had a passenger and you say, oh, look at that. Well, I just turn on the camera. So I try to keep my videos very carefree, fun, and, just be a positive light in people's lives.
So I guess my question is, how are you affording this? Is it okay if I ask?
Yeah, totally. So when I was in finance, I built up enough to purchase the last truck that I had. I called it the Dodge Mahal, and I love that truck a lot. And so in finance, I was able to build up enough of a kind of a fallback to where if the YouTube thing didn't work out, I'd still be able to pay the bills. And my plan was after a few years, potentially go back to work if nothing worked out. And I've been able to now gain enough ad revenue off the videos to keep things going, and as well as working with sponsors.
So your YouTube channel is making you enough to get by on.
Yeah, and a lot of that is because I paid off all my big debts before I quit my job. I think that was a big thing that people think about on the road is, having debt and having these payments and things. So I think getting that as low as you can will just give you a lot more freedom. So that's helped out a lot. And I try to keep my expenses very low. My Jeep's definitely the biggest expense that I have. So,
well, let's talk about your choice of vehicles. Tell us about the Dodge Mahal. What was that?
So I bought the Dodge Mahal at Overland Expo of 2018. It's a flatbed Dodge camper that was built by another fellow who had lived in it for a while. And when I saw it, it was just the dream vehicle. It had 4x4. It could fit my bicycles and my kayaks. And also it wasn't too big to get to the spots where I wanted to go. So I decided I went full time last year from Arizona up to Canada, and then I dropped back down for Northwest Overland Rally. And I met a gal there, and we ended up going up through Canada and Alaska for about 3 months. And that was really the trip of a lifetime. And I had a lot of problems with that vehicle. It was breaking down a lot. We actually spent a week in Alaska waiting for parts at a junkyard, which turned out to be an amazing experience. But after that, I wanted something more reliable and even more off-road capable. So the Jeep Gladiator came out, and I thought, man, this would be the coolest camper to build, but it would also probably be the hardest because there's nothing out for it yet. It's pretty limited on payload, being a mid-sized vehicle. And I've gone back and forth this year. I absolutely love the truck. I'll tell anyone that. It's the most fun thing I've ever really driven on 4 wheels. But it's been tough. Finding a camper builder is something that I had one for the year that I was pretty committed to, and now I've gone with another camper builder, and so there's been a lot of challenges with it, and I'm still, I think, only halfway there. And I figure I'm younger, I can make the sacrifice for comfort, and as I get older, I'll go bigger and bigger and bigger.
And you're not in a camper in the pickup bed right now. Where are you sleeping now?
Yeah, so on the truck bed, we put a bed rack. It's a Pack Racks bed rack. And so we put a rooftop tent on top of that. So I climb up the ladder and I sleep up there. It's really comfy. It's plenty of space. You do have to, I say climb the ladder because you're doing that a lot. And with my dog, that's the worst part I think about it is getting them in and out. And, it has its pros and cons for sure. I was mainly excited to be able to have something on the truck right away before the camper was here.
I'm a fan of the rooftop tents too, but I just think if you're going to live in that thing from now on, I just can't imagine it. It's just, and you're finding the big problem with it is the evenings where you go in, you have a home. You're not out in the dark, in the cold, in the rain. You have a home you go into. Well, now your home is 6 feet up in the air, up a ladder.
Exactly. You must have been watching my videos. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been watching your videos. I really enjoy them. And so yeah, that's the thing is you lounge. I mean, you lounge a lot during the day. And in the winter, when the dark, cold nights, you lounge a lot because it's dark. You're not really doing anything outside. So I can't imagine what camper you're going to build on it. You're going to have someone build a custom topper.
Yes. Yeah. And actually, I haven't announced it on my channel. By the time the video comes out, I might have, but I'm going to I'm working with a company out of Oklahoma, Bison Overland. And so they're going to do a composite, fiberglass composite camper on the back.
And I see. That was my question, because that Gladiator is not carrying a lot of weight.
No, it's actually got a 1,200-pound payload, which is not a whole lot. So yeah, weight is a big concern. The composite will be a lot lighter. And we're actually looking at potentially converting the Jeep to a 2-door to fit a bigger camper. And that would be a very big fab work job. But I've been dreaming very big with this vehicle, and I'm like, why stop? Why not build the coolest thing ever where we could have a little pass through and a real kind of, I don't know if you've seen the Maltec trucks, but in Germany, a lot like those kind of vehicles.
Okay, well, I got it. There's certain questions I have to always ask my guests because people want to know. And the first one, and I think is particularly pertinent to living in a rooftop tent, is how are you going to the bathroom?
Yeah, so I have a cassette toilet for emergencies and things, and I have a little like shower tent that I can set up. But to be honest, I don't use that much at all. The old dig a hole, and I've got the Walmart toilet seat is my favorite. Comfy enough and small enough, but that's been a challenge in the tent, especially when I'm meeting up with other people and they've got campers and toilets in there, and they're not thinking about it, and I'm getting to a spot thinking, okay, I'm gonna go over there and dig a hole when I need to. And so it takes more planning. It also has allowed me to, I don't eat as much. I try to control my bowel movements a little bit more. So I think it's it makes me live a little bit healthier of an active of a lifestyle, which is kind of nice.
Okay, and then my next question I have to ask everyone is, how are you showering or staying clean?
So I'm really excited about this new system I got. It's a geyser system. So it takes a gallon of water. You can heat it up actually with a 12-volt cigarette lighter. And the difference is it comes out of a sponge. So you squeeze the sponge and some water comes down, but it's not constantly flowing. So it's a really great way for someone like me who's carrying maybe 7 gallons of water at the most to shower with a gallon efficiently. And it's been working pretty cool. So that's my main thing. Also try to meet up with friends and take advantage of their houses and showers and laundry. And no, I just want to see them for the good company though. And then of course, one thing with traveling, this year with COVID and more things are shut down as far as KOAs and taking showers there. But that's one thing I like to do a lot is I don't like to stay at campgrounds a lot, but I'll go shower at them anytime.
Right. And they'll usually let you. Small fee.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what's your future? Where do you go from here?
Yeah, great question. I'm trying to take it kind of year by year, but I know a lot of what next year is going to look like. We are set to hopefully have my camper done by March 1st, which I'm super excited for because I've been trying to get a date and get that planned. After that, I want to attend a lot of overland shows. So Expo West is going to be after that. And I get so much out of those. The community and just engaging and being able to meet so many fans it's such a rewarding experience. So I am giddy at the thought of going to all those expos. And that's going to be a big part of my life next year is trying to meet up. And I'd like to do my own meetups as well, call them Bob Fest. And so I want to plan some more of that. And then in between, we'll be meeting up with people and trying to, spend as much time off road and off grid. And if it works out, I would love to go back to Alaska next summer because it was just an amazing experience. And, the years to come, like I said, I'd really like to explore some options of how I can have support with filming and really build a team for Down2Mob and build up the website to sell super quality, amazing products. I think I've seen some overland stores and things like that are similar. But I think I have something very unique because every product I would sell on the website is something that I've used full time and something that I've really tested and believe in myself. So anything I put on that store is thing. And I'm working a lot more to get more products on there, but it's just something I'm very passionate about. So I think that's going to be a big future. But also I've pushed myself hard this year to do the new truck and working with sponsors. And in a sense, I do want to pull back a little bit and just remember why I'm out here, why we're doing this, to motivate other people and not necessarily to travel, but just to pursue their dreams and just be happy.
And the audience that is out there listening, and they're responding to your story and saying, man, I'd like to do that. What's your message to them?
I think the thing that made me really decide to get out of that cubicle and just live a totally different life was just reflecting on what I truly wanted. I'm very influenced by the people in my life, what they think I should do. And I felt very fortunate. Like I said, I was in finance and I would talk to people about their retirement. And a lot of them really didn't have a good, clear answer. So every day I'd go home and think, well, what do I want? What is my life? And the answer was pretty much just that I didn't want what I had. And what I had was certainty. I had a path laid out. I could have sat in that chair and had I didn't want to know exactly what was going to happen. I wanted some adventure, some unknown. And so I would say anybody thinking about, taking the leap into van life or traveling, and whether, 4x4 or two-wheel drive is a great example. What do you want? It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter that I'm out there, it just takes this inner kind of reflection. And I think there's this amazing peace that comes when you have everything with you, and you really have no reason to turn back and look back in a way. So people, I think a big thing too, when you're trying to think about this lifestyle and how it'll work for you, there's a lot of questions that come up, and the reality is you're not going to know the answers until you try.
Well, thank you so much, Phil, for sharing your story with us and your life. I know people have been inspired and love your enthusiasm for your life. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bob, for having me on. It's been inspiring to watch your journey as well, and I'm just very thankful that you guys wanted to have me on the channel. And honestly, talking about these things and bringing them to the front of my head again gets me motivated for this lifestyle all over again. So
good.
Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Our pleasure. So folks, this video went long. We got such great information and inspiring topics from Phil that this went too long. Next, we'll have a video out taking the tour of his Jeep and his tent, and you can see exactly what we've been talking about. So stay tuned to that video, the Down2Mob Jeep Tour. So if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now. Today's sponsor is